Hello and welcome to BritTwits. My name's Alex, I'm a Twit the controller, and I'm joined today by Dan. How you doing, mate?
Very well, mate. Very, very well. How are you? How are things?
Yeah, I'll say middling to good.
Yep, I mean, that's better than bad.
Yeah, I've spent most of my Sunday morning watching Liz Truss is Truly Mental compilations. Because there's like more than one online, and half of them by like actual political commentator YouTube channels.
Oh my god. Only you would actually start searching for that sort of thing.
I didn't search for it, it was on the front page.
Yeah.
It was like page 7. So I did like a proper old school rummage rather than a search.
I rummaged through, found some Liz Truss videos and just fell into a hole. Well,
they do say, don't they, that you're always, they've got the whole thing about how many times you can click between links and you end up on Hitler, isn't there?
Well, it's the 5 degrees of separation, or 6 degrees of separation, or whatever it is. So, like, essentially 6 degrees of any... there's the Wikipedia game with 6 degrees of Kevin Bacon, right? Where you start at anywhere and within 6 clicks you have to get to Kevin Bacon.
Which is, pretty easy because I'm fairly sure that they've got an... what's he do? He does EE, doesn't he?
Mm-hmm.
So I'm fairly sure that most Wikipedias have an EE banner on them.
I think you're supposed to be within the site, Alex, as opposed to going to the EE website.
That's what stupid people do.
It's not stopping, is it?
So we're going to just carry on with our route through the Thunder Plains. Riku is making it feel every minute of that hour it takes to walk through just one pathway, while occasionally it tries to just slow you down.
You didn't have to say it like that, you know.
It never does this anywhere else in the game, does it? It's not like when you're walking across like the ice sheet somewhere, it doesn't go like, oh, press A to not completely stack it.
Which would be at all, do you?
You can tell what the developers were aiming for, right? They were aiming to make it feel different. Because if there was no actual danger, then I guess there still is no danger. Nothing actually happens. You just get knocked over, and it slows you down a little bit.
It would make it a lot harder if it actually hit you for like some thunder damage every time you did it,
or it like randomly hurt a party member. Oh, hello. Stop that, man.
I think we've just been shown right away how easily it would actually be to assassinate Yuna.
Even Oren stood there like he could have easily slumberjacked him. Didn't do it.
Could have easily even asked him what he thought he was doing. There's one.
Wait, what's that? What's that chest? Just that side. What?
Dodged 5 lightning bolts in a row. Alright, that's weird.
I guess I've never done that before. I didn't even know that chest existed.
You've never dodged 5 lightning bolts. We'll get the yellow shield. Oh, that's
smart. Lightning proof as well.
Not even just yet. I probably guess Joel's going to do a lot of leveling up in this particular one, I think. Now that he's lightning proof, can you just walk through the...
No, because the rest of the party isn't.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, and he's just
That was very like efficient. It's really nice to see every now and then.
I mean, are we guardians or conquerors?
Or are we dancer?
The signs are vital. Oh no, not the same group again.
I mean, at least
into the slaughter. Go on, hit Joel, hit Joel, hit Joel, hit Joel. Yeah.
More for the meat grinder. Oh, he didn't go to sleep. Slumberjack failed.
Let's go.
Throw it in the bin.
That's functionally a game over, isn't it, for us?
No sleep with a slumberjack. That's it. Job done. Aura needs to go back to sleep. Go back to Xanakin, you useless prick.
Yeah, you got him there, didn't you?
Fucking got him. Got him. Got him.
Took his head off there, didn't you, Dan? This is the most uninspiring part of this this particular map.
Right,
we just played the same.
The entirety of the last episode, we were like really struggling. Like everything was like doing loads of lightning damage. Like we got like heal up every like 2 battles. This one is like we've just got the same 3 enemies 3 times in a row. And it's like, yeah, fuck yeah.
This is fine.
Ah.
Ah! Oh my god.
Slightly different enemies.
We get a game over now.
Yeah.
Alright, fair enough. Maybe not. We probably do need to switch shoes on the front line now, just so we do kind of give other people some XP.
Yeah.
Because, you know, it would be pretty bad if we get to the end and these 3 people who we usually only ever want one of them on our front lineup. And they're just unable to, you know, they're the only people that leveled up.
You could give it all to Auron and then you can't use him for the final battle or whatever.
The thing with Auron, though, is that I remember it was something I did when my first playthrough of this. I more or less only leveled Auron for a very long time because he was better anyway.
True.
It's the same as like when you play Pokemon. And you're like, well, I'm gonna constantly level up the starter because it's better anyway because it's already over leveled.
Yeah, and
it's
also...
like, no, this is awful. What happens if you fight something that can actually, you know, take out your Venusaur in 1 hit or whatever?
Yep. And they've also got a lot better stats in general than most Pokemon. There you go.
Do you know that's actually... Do you know the sad thing is that's not remotely true?
No, it is though. Like the starters have buff stats in comparison to other Pokemon around the same level at that time.
Well, only because they're in your party and you level them up. They level up earlier than a lot of them. Like the second stage levels up earlier.
No, their base stats are higher. They have generally have much higher base stats than Pokemon you capture anywhere within like the first third of every game.
Oh, right, okay. Well, you've added in a separate caveat there, which is the first third of every game, which was not a stipulation when I made my comments.
You're the worst. You are the worst. It's not remotely true, is what you said, despite it being remotely true.
No. It could be remotely true. If I massively narrow down the margins, so if I filter the information so I'm correct, you're a fucking dullard, Alex.
I mean, you are a dullard, Alex.
What's up?
I'm gonna have to write a video about Pokemon stats just to prove you wrong now, aren't I?
We're almost out of
You are, and I look forward to being proved right.
I have to say
Well, no, I
it
just
now.
won't make the video.
Yeah, you will. You know you will.
Over there.
You won't risk wasting that research. You're far too diligent, fool. I ain't going near any airports.
Alex.
Sorry?
I'm actually excited because of the new Pokemon game that's coming out.
Yes.
I'm actually excited to actually give that a go. I think we might give it a go on the channel.
We should. Remind me what colours it is this
It's
time.
violet and I know it's violet and I don't know actually.
Decided to marry.
I know it's violet. Says a lot, doesn't it? I said
I'm looking forward to, like, when it gets to the
Violet,
point.
that's the one.
They run out of colours.
I was like, Ruby? No, they've already done Ruby. Why would they do Ruby again? I was like, I knew it was red, so Scarlet and Violet is what it is.
And Yevon's
I'm looking forward to beige and
I
slate
thought
grey.
It would be the best thing
They just
to
start
do.
going through those Dulux
That's
colour
not good
swatches.
Wait, is it?
like
it because of Lord
olive
Driscoll?
green and
Hey, that's fair.
You know you play olive green.
and bark brown.
I can't.
Retriever
I must
yellow.
Speak to Maester Seymour first.
Cadmium yellow.
I truly.
Emergency
am sorry.
department white.
Fire
personal
exit
matter.
sign red.
You're kidding, huh?
As you wish.
Blacker than
I'm
my
sorry.
coffee.
Just one thing.
I think I quite like playing
I
Bank
don't think I
Overdraft
could
red. I mean, that'd be like
Is fine.
final reminder red.
Wait a minute, Oren. You don't care? I mean, you're not
Overdue
gonna stop her?
red.
No, I'm not. As long as she is willing to face sin, all else is her concern.
Oh,
This is
Oren
someone's
being a
privilege,
classic father figure
as
there.
long as she journeys.
As long as you're willing to throw yourself on the pyre of my beliefs, you can do whatever you want.
But that's.
I agree. I also feel like that whenever I can't
Yuna,
actually speak.
just one question. Can't you just talk to Maester Seymour? You got to marry him?
Something I like about this game, let's
Don't
face
know.
no, it's that they do some
But
subtle things, which I think
it's the right
actually
thing to do.
kind of does a better
Okay,
job
yes.
of putting forward, like, you know, the way women were treated at the time than current
Actually, a very good point.
media does. Like, Oren doesn't actually attempt to change her mind, but Waka, you know, it's the second she's doing something
wish
he
we
doesn't
could
want her
help
to do,
somehow.
like,
Someday.
kneels down to talk to her,
Mm.
like she's a child, when she's, like, definitely
It's okay.
after Oren and,
I'll be
and maybe Lulu, although Lulu is actually just quite sort of, I think in her
She
own way,
says,
she's
"I'm
quite
sorry."
petulant and grumpy.
She says it's fine. She's
Yuna is
willing to
probably
face
the most
sin.
mature
She's
character there.
privileged. I didn't understand.
Yeah,
But
no, I'm with you.
somehow, I felt like I didn't belong. But if I didn't belong with them, I'd be stuck in Spira, alone.
Yeah, and this is all
And
about you,
being alone
Joel.
in that place.
Sis.
Well,
Remember,
I
this
didn't
is
wanna
your
think about
story,
it.
Joel.
Next, we're going to Macalania Temple.
Macarena table.
Yuna can
Temple.
talk with Seymour there. We guard
Sod it, no, Macarena
until they're
table.
done and plan our
Keep
next
that to
move.
one side, that's what we're calling the
Understood.
episode.
Heading down to the Macarena table.
I'm sorry, everyone.
See, this is a bit of an unpleasant party for these poor little larvae to have to deal with.
Oh my god, yeah. Also, the timing of that, so the first battle that came on, Yuna apologised to everybody. Which is very interesting. So I'm sorry, everyone, at the beginning of the battle.
Aww. Maybe she's aware of the fact she's putting us all through hell with her selfish decision making.
A selfish decision to do what she wants.
Exactly.
Did it cast...
she
Oh,
understand?
Did it do that on itself?
Yeah, because this is the point where the game starts to become wise.
Yeah, I didn't know it did that. That's very cool.
Kimari Kill Stealer.
Oh, something to remind you, you might want to put Comrade on Lulu.
Oh yeah, we forgot. I forgot we had that.
Yeah. It might be worth checking everyone else's overdrive, see if we've got it.
No, it does give you a specific thing to tell you, doesn't it?
Yeah, but I don't remember what other ones we've got. I think we've got Warrior for a bunch of
I'll
people.
put Warrior on him. Yeah, there we go. Yeah, that's all fine.
There you go. There you go. That was me remembering some admin. That never happened.
Helpful, that is. Because that's what we care about. It's the admin side of things.
True.
Right, this big matey we're going to have to deal with pretty quickly, I think.
Matey McLarge Sword.
Bring it on.
Wow, they did like no damage.
No, but it did inflict darkness.
Yeah.
My old friend.
Hello. Oh, nice.
Coming in clutch with the counter attack. That's monster A, so we'll just keep Dark Bustering it.
Oh,
There we go.
Slumberjacked.
Get slumberjacked. This has just turned into a farce, hasn't it? Oh, the hardest overdrive to do in the whole game.
Nice.
Let's go.
Although that,
Do you know
that
it's
did-
actually marginally easier to do this overdrive on these new controllers than it was to do on the original DualShocks?
Oh really? Was it? I honestly I cannot remember doing. Like, do you know, it's one of those things that I guess my brain, it's just been forced to the back of my brain. But,
Well, it's not that it was especially difficult,
Yeah.
really. It's one of the more tedious ones to do. Partly because the drive that it has there, the meter, suggests that anybody is getting like 15. And like,
Yeah.
no, that's not happening. Pretty disingenuous to pretend it is. Because even like playthroughs of people that are good at this game, I only ever see them get like 4.
I just really want to look through and get a bunch of clips of people doing 20 odd now.
You can find that. It's great. We'll write to them.
Tell them if they can do it for us.
Like, how the hell are you doing this? Explain yourselves.
Is everyone's health really low?
Yeah, everyone's got hit quite hard,
Yeah.
so we're gonna just save ourselves some trouble, I think.
Slobbery
and
dog
heal
blast.
everyone up. Yeah, I just kind of forgot that we had an excellent healing strategy. So we're just gonna get rid of them all. This is where Big Matey doesn't die. Oh
No.
no, he really died.
Yeah, so...
I keep forgetting that Valafor's power is linked to Yuna's.
Yeah, exactly. So because we've been buffing Yuna like mad, all of her summons are going to be crazy powerful now.
I'm not even sure that all of them are intrinsically linked to her. Like, I think some of them might be linked to other party members, curiously enough. Because, like, the Celestial weapons, I believe if you get World Champion, which is Wakka's one, it unlocks Ifrit's damage limit.
Oh, okay.
So it might be that they all have their full stats linked to different Aeons. But
that would be
maybe
interesting,
not.
but I'm not convinced.
No, I mean, I don't want that to be true because our Wakka is not particularly strong.
No. And we've seen it for it, and if it's pretty strong.
Yeah, and
Reflex.
so it seems unlikely. Reflex, I think, improves evasiveness.
Would make sense. That was a lot of just nothing spheres there.
Yeah, that's pretty depressing, wasn't
Yeah.
it? But I think that's because we've just walked him into a tricky spot. We just walked him around there just to go and pick up some high magic defenses, which are probably a good move for him because he doesn't get a great deal of magic.
Yeah.
Like, Auron's interesting because his magic is just ridiculously low, and no matter what, will never be especially high, no matter what you do.
But I guess it makes sense for his character as well that it isn't, so...
Yeah, I mean, it's not... But he's the only one, I think, whose magic will never, ever, ever be any good.
Alex, do you think we could write a guide to the sphere grid?
Right one?
Yeah.
Yeah, probably could. We could try to.
So I think that'd be really interesting.
I'm not sure I'd call it interesting, but I think it would be a valuable piece of... Oh no, we can't dark attack anymore. I think it would certainly be a valuable resource, because I think it's something that people don't actually understand all that well. Particularly like sequencing. And we've not sequenced our sphere grid especially well, because we're just chatting and stuff, but there are some really, really interesting things you can do with it.
That was a magnificent attack from Auron there, like a critical hit.
Critical hit, Slumberjack.
Sleep. Yeah, so Slumberjack putting in work. Steal. Oh, I like her. Everyone seems to have that.
Well, I think we are in the specific place where it would likely pop up, aren't we? So I'm not going to be too funny about it. Give us that health.
Give it. They did a fair amount of damage actually. 6,
Well,
7,
it's a
8.
second stage spell, isn't it? It's like it's the equivalent of an aura.
Yeah.
There just isn't a Drainaga.
Be very good if there was.
And we're finally out of the Thunder Plains.
We're at the Macarena
Woods. Relatively painless that was.
Yeah, it was pretty good. I mean, look, credit where credit's due. It's pretty good.
I feel stupid for leveling us up as we were leaving now.
Nah.
In my mind's eye, there was an extra leg.
Yeah.
This is pretty, isn't it?
It is. It's.
I don't remember it being as nice as this.
It's pretty, but it also looks really dangerous because everything's spiky. I love it. Really good design.
That's the thing, isn't it? I think everything's supposed to be sort of fractal because Macarena Table is a it's basically a big frozen lake, isn't it?
Yes.
So I think everything's supposed to sort of be
crystalline and all that sort
symbolistic
of
of
thing.
that. Yeah, it's all meant to be that kind of way. But it's also like this place is one of the most like generically spiritual places in Spira, but I don't think they ever particularly explain why.
It's
You're
also
worried
full
about
of
Yuna.
barking dogs, and that's what you're
course
actually
I'm
hearing.
worried about
You're hearing the barking dogs in the
What is
Macarena
she
Woods.
thinking?
The simplest
Oh,
answer
yeah.
would be, in exchange for agreeing to marry him,
Or it explains.
she hopes to negotiate with Seymour.
Negotiate what?
I wonder.
What? All by herself?
It's interesting that Oren's already figured out a lot of this stuff.
She's strong, but Seymour is the better negotiator.
Well then, why don't we do something about it?
Yuna wants it this way.
I just don't get it. Doesn't she trust us?
On the contrary, she doesn't want us caught up in whatever it is she's
That
planning.
said, she did meet Oren like 2 days
Yeah,
ago,
That's what I thought.
and she met
But that makes me
Riku
worry
yesterday.
even more.
Well,
could just tell
Oren is
us.
a different kind of person, though. Like she obviously's heard lots of
That's the
stories
way
about her
she
from her
is.
dad, so
She's naive,
He's
serious to a
yeah,
fault,
he's
and
popular,
doesn't
isn't he? He's
ask
well
for
known.
help.
He's a celebrity,
You're probably right.
and you know,
Yuna's easy to
people
read.
with high public profiles are always trustworthy.
Yeah, she is.
well known.
But hard to guard. Stand by her. Always.
We should probably have Stand By Me just playing, just on the slow walk up to the sphere. Do 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 do.
Slowpokes!
Oh, don't
Sorry.
fucking start, Riku.
Yeah. You know, it's
funny
the
how
leisurely
calm it
pace
was.
afforded to you when you're not
Maybe it was
shitting
because
yourself
I
as you go through
realized that
somewhere.
Yuna wasn't marrying Seymour for love. Not really. It was just her duty. Something she had to do before returning to her pilgrimage. That's what I kept telling myself anyway. And well, maybe. I realized that Yuna and I'd never, Yuna, let's go.
If you had one choice of who you'd prefer to voice Tidus, who would you pick?
Keith David. Because Keith David's an absolute legend. I don't care what anyone says.
It's a good choice.
Or
That's a good
Jason,
choice.
or Jason Statham, because I think it'd be really funny.
I Michael Caine. Amazing, like, it was about at this moment when I realised that myself and Yuna would never, blow the bloody doors off, so to speak.
I wish I could do a Jason Statham impression just for this moment, but I cannot.
And that wasn't a good Michael Caine impression.
No, you granted, but do you know what?
You're meant to say, no, that was cracking, well done, that was everything I was expecting.
No, it was.
Well, it might have been everything you
do know what? It was
expected.
everything I was expecting, Alex.
And more.
And less. Anyway, so
I think we're going to call that a day.
wow, we just made it through the Macarena Woods.
Yeah.
Which is cool.
And then once we've done that, we're gonna be in Macarena table.
Yep.
And then who knows what will happen? I'm sure nothing will go wrong at the
Sure,
temple.
nothing could ever go wrong at the temple, at the table.
Yeah. My understanding is that in this game, more or less, it's just all plain sailing from this point on.
The difficulty curve ramps up at the Thunder Plains and then just plateaus.
It just drops. It's the end of the game. You get married and then you travel with the entire Guardo army to
Yep.
defeat Sin
That's
in
it.
one
Job
go.
done. They're actually really good meat shields.
Yeah, they're great. They're great. They're quite prepared to put their life on the line for you, and it just makes it a lot easier.
They also understand that the merits of an infantry charge.
Against Sin. Please, everyone, just stop. Right, well, if you've enjoyed today's episode, why not give us a like, comment, or subscribe? Dan, anything to add?
Yep, all of those things. That'd be great. Come join us on Twitter at BritTwitzer. We are actually, we've got some stuff in the works. We're planning some things. So keep your eye on the channel. We're going to be uploading a bunch more little things here and there as opposed to just Let's Plays. So yeah, watch this space.
On your way.
Bye.